the magazine for everybody at your house every week, presents Bert Tillstrom, creator of Kukla, Ollie, and all the Kuklapolitan players, with Fran Allison in Kukla, Fran, and Ollie.
Mascara, 83 cents. Manuscript music for Jack Fashionado, $2.43. My gracious, I had no idea it cost that much.
Well, it lasts him a whole year.
Oh. Let me see. Haircut for Linwood, $1.35.
Well, how can that be on there?
Well, it's right there.
Well, I don't know how he can charge that to our expense. Linwood wants to get his hair cut. He should be able to do it on his own expense.
Oh, well, you know, after all, these boys have to work out an expense account some way.
I know, but not on our show. No reason. We don't make his hair grow long.
Well, let me see. I don't know quite how to figure. Oh, I know just exactly what that item is, Kukla.
I wish you'd explain it to me.
Well, it seems that when Linwood wears the earphones, you see, Linwood is an assistant director.
Yes, I know.
On our show, but on other shows, he is director.
Yeah.
Well, when he was a full-time assistant director before he became a full-time director on other shows, naturally, he would wear the earphones all the time, and so he had his hair cut accordingly.
Yes.
But now, you see, he just wears the earphones on our show.
Oh?
And it upsets his lovely little ways.
We have to pay for it?
Well, yes, it's because it says it. I guess he has to have it cut just especially for the earphones.
Put it down. I don't know.
Let's see now. Here we have lollipops for Dolores. 45 cents.
45 cents for life? But that's not a deductible item.
Oh, I'm afraid it is. That was the day she was so obstreperous, and we were trying to have a business meeting. And if I hadn't gone out and gotten lollipops for her, then we couldn't have had the business meeting.
When we go down to see the income tax man, will you tell him just that and exactly those words and that way?
Certainly, I'd be glad to.
You're about the only person I know who might be able to get away with it. Go on.
And now let me see. Here's an item. Can't quite make that out.
It's Fran's item.
Yes.
Fran, dear, would you come, please, and explain an item here? We're trying to get this off.
What are you doing?
Well, we're figuring out the tax. Oh, income tax. Well, our tax is all set in, but this is we're trying to.
We're preparing our statements for the auditors.
It's today
Today is the day. Why?
and I haven't done mine.
Your what? Your auditing?
My income tax.
Oh, gracious sakes, Fran.
Well, I'll just send mine in by telephone. Just get there 2 weeks late. I haven't got it finished.
My dear, you know what may happen.
Hmm?
They may take you away from us.
And they take you to a dungeon cell.
No, I don't think they mean to be unkind about it at all. They just want you to pay. I intend to pay.
I know, but they might.
I'll wait for you, Francis. No matter how long it is, I'll wait.
You have some of my things there?
Well, there was an item here that we think is in your handwriting right here somewhere.
Let me see.
We got the one from mascara. We figured that was deductible, all right, on business expense.
Well, it's just cold cream.
Cold cream? How do you spell that?
Gladstone.
But I thought it said that it's cold cream.
Well, that's what it is, but it really means cold cream.
How much was that item?
It's $1.09.
$1.09? What was the 9 cents for?
Tax.
All right. We just want
You
to know
don't have to
because
pay tax on tax. Take off the 9 cents.
Well, no,
Make
not
it
the
a
way
dollar.
we're figuring the whole thing out as a total. We're figuring it out as a total, and then we
But you don't have to pay tax on tax. That I know.
Well, we're not paying tax. We've paid the tax, man. We're auditing the books and taking inventory today. And we want you any bills or anything that's
Well, if you've already
outstanding.
paid the tax, I wouldn't bother to go through all that stuff. You just have a lot of work on your hands.
Oh, well, we have to have the books straight.
We have to keep the books straight.
But we never have.
I know, but this is different this year. One of the members of our group, and I'm not mentioning any names, has decided that we should keep everything straight. today?
I don't know who that would be.
Well, it's not me. Believe me, it's not me. I have enough to do with taking care of the department, the mail department. I can't worry about these different items. But I'm glad to help out. I certainly am glad to help out.
Well, I'm glad to help out, too, but I just don't really see a lot of sense in it.
What's this? Peter Cotton Tail.
See if it tells how much is paid off.
No, this is somebody bought Peter Cotton Tail.
Oh, well, put that down. That's a deductible item.
Well, who bought it?
I did.
Why?
Well, I...
Wanted to see what the other kids were doing, didn't
Yes, that's it. That's the whole
you?
thing. Well, now let's get on with this. Francis, would you mind reading these off? And I'm going to put them down here and add them. I don't... adding the machine may be all right, but I like to check the figures against my own arithmetic. So I'll work here, and Kukla, you take it down, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right. This says green leaves.
Green leaf?
Mm-hmm.
Green leaf.
How much?
I think that's Ollie.
Now, how much?
50 cents.
50 cents for green leaves. We used to be able to get them 3 for a penny.
I know, but times are much different nowadays.
50 cents. I don't
No.
think that's deductible. I don't
This
think that's
says
deductible at all.
fish food. 5 cases.
Uh-oh.
Well, I guess we better put that on personal expense, Fletcher.
Personal expense, I should say not. I used them on the show.
We've never had the fish on the show.
Why, we have two there.
I've never seen them.
Well, they're so small you can't see them, but it's very decorative, and it's what we use. I have put the fish, my tropical fish, I have put the guppies right out into the outer lobby so that everyone can see them when they come in. It's a decorative scheme, and I think that's definitely a business item.
Well, just a minute. We have to vote on it.
Oh, we have to vote on it. Oh, well, that's an entirely different matter. I can see that I'll be outnumbered.
There's a bean bag down here for Ollie. I thought you got those for nothing. If you just wrote to Lester, I thought you got a bean bag.
How much?
3 cents. Well, postage, that's what it was.
That's what it is, yeah.
I see.
I don't see why that fish food item can't be.
Now, Fletcher, it is not. It's not a business expense. We're going to have to...
Now, here's something
There's
that
a bill for that.
you'll never get away with. Hats for Dolores and Ollie. Now, you can't take off 1 cent for those.
Well, I thought maybe we could.
Well, you can't, because I understand if you can wear them anywhere else under the shining sun than where you're working, it's out.
Well, we'll have to check them and see if they've worn them anyplace else. But anyway, you're going to be billed for the fish food.
I don't see why I should be billed for the fish food. That fish food went into feeding my guppies, which happen to be, well, the way we are around here, that happens to be common property of the Kukla. And I placed those fish out in the outer lobby, and they are part of decoration.
You can't even see them.
It doesn't matter.
I don't think you can charge for them anyway.
I'd like to put this to a vote.
Let's vote.
Sure, I'll vote. Okay, how do we do this? We put this in form of a motion? All those in favor of the fish food being paid for by the Kukla players, say aye.
Aye.
All those in favor that it shouldn't be, say nay. Nay. Sorry, Fletcher.
Well, you're just railroading me. That's what you're doing. You're just
Why we
railroading.
doing such a thing?
Don't be cross, Fletcher.
I have a perfect right to be cross. A perfect right. Why, I tell you, that's just too much. If Ollie can get green leaves put on there, I don't see why I can't get my fish food. It's a perfectly legitimate expense. And I think it's just too much, that's all.
Now you won't help us anymore.
Sure. I don't know why Ollie wanted this anyway.
We'll go through some more.
Well, we'll get there.
Let me see. Garden hat for Ollie. He can't charge off for a garden hat.
Well, we can.
Hanky for
Just
Fran.
a moment, I heard that. I'm glad to see that you're organizing everything properly. That's the way it should be here at the Small Playhouse. High time we got our budgets in order and up to date. There's been too much procrastination.
What?
Procrastination? Prognostication. You've been putting it off too long.
Oh.
And this is fine. Now, what is this little item that there was a question about?
Well, we questioned your garden hat.
You question my garden hat. I want you to know that I am the soul of honesty, and I put everything, the only things I put down on the list to be deducted are things that are perfectly deductible.
I don't think a garden hat is deductible.
You haven't heard this, right?
Well,
Why don't you
no,
wait?
Well, we are waiting. We're waiting patiently. We'd like to hear the explanation.
Don't be sarcastic with me today.
I don't think that's you know?
You just better not be.
Well, I'm not.
You just better.
I am not.
Well, all right then.
I'm waiting.
Don't tempt me.
Well, last fall, we had an uncommon spell of hot weather in October, if you remember.
Yeah.
Well, I had sent my garden hat to be cleaned and stored, as I do every winter, thinking that the cold weather was upon us. Well, comes along this very hot weather. So, I decided to go outside. I went outside. The heat was much too hot for my head. Well, I thought to myself, this can't happen for Oliver J. Dragon, star of Kukla, Fran and Ollie, to go out and get his hair.
Hot-headed. To get hot-headed.
Yes, get hot-headed. Oh, Fran, dear. To go out and get his hair all bleached out and dried out so that he won't look beautiful on the television, or to get any type of too much heat so that it would upset his wonderful thinking. My cohorts, Kukla and Fran, would not like that. So I went downtown and I bought myself a garden hat, which I put on for protection, to protect you and Fran. And that's deductions.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard of.
Nobody got away with it.
You don't have to put it. Well, he'll have to pay for it eventually.
And I do, yes. We can't, that's all.
And let me look over that list. Entertainment. $3.95. What's happening around here? Are we entertaining the whole city of Chicago or something?
No, just manufactured. It's very expensive.
What are the sponsors?
Yes,
Well, next thing to it,
yes. Practically.
it's an investment.
They're supposed to entertain us. We don't entertain them.
Why would it be?
We're not going to pay that $3.95.
Well, who's going to pay for it? We've got to.
Well, it can't be a business item. You'll have to pay for it out of your own pocket, Kukla.
What? Go on. Oh, there's one for you, Fran. For sure. Taking the cab. Oh, yeah, that was the day you got all those costumes.
That's
over.
right. Well, I had to take the cab. I couldn't.
Certainly, you took the cab from the costumer over to the merchandise mart. Certainly. What was that? 85 cents with tip.
No, that's $8.50. I had to go by way of the Edgewater Beach. I'd forgotten a few things up there. So I just picked them up on the way down. But I had the costumes with me every minute of the time.
Well, that's perfectly all right, Fran. That's perfectly...
What's all right? Let me check that item. What did you do with the Edgewater Beach?
I picked up a few little things I left there.
What?
Some sweater that I saw in the shop. I didn't buy it the first day I was there, so I left it there.
Have you worn it on the show?
No.
Cross that out.
But what? I'm not going to cross it out. I haven't worn that sweater, but I wore...
Now, Fran, that's not the right attitude to take. But you know we are all trying to be as honest as we can. Now, please, you want to have this all on a business basis.
What about the garden?
That's different. I explained the whole thing to you.
I'll move the decimal point back again.
85 cents? Well, Fran, it comes out of your pocket. That's going to work out somewhere on the expensive side. Oh, there's one.
A tuning fork for Jack Fashionable. He doesn't tune it for us.
Oh,
Does he?
I don't think so. Tuning fork for Jack Fashionable.
Jack? Now, I know perfectly well that it's very nice for you to say that you're using the tuning fork to tune the piano. But it happens that I was out to your house for dinner last week, and I know that you used the tuning fork to toss the salad. Yes, it did. But let's be on the up and up about this, shall we, Jack? You'll be billed for it.
Oh, Ollie. There's enough money in the budget to pay for husband and like that.
There never has been before.
Yeah. I don't stand by Ollie. Oh, look upside down.
What does it say?
It says, entertainment for Crackie.
What is he putting? Ollie?
$14.50.
Ollie?
Yes?
Just explain this little item.
Oh, that! Well, that was while you were away, Fran.
Mhm.
You know, Miss Kukla came back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sir, you know that Kukla and I were left here to do the show all by ourselves, and you certainly wouldn't want the show to fall apart while you were away, would you? Of course you wouldn't. And so, Miss Kukla came in. Well, she upset me terribly. I was just a case of nerves like that. So, I drew some money out of the petty cash, and I told Fletcher Rabbit to take her out, and so he did, to keep her away from the show, so that I wouldn't be so nervous, so that I wouldn't fall down and disappoint you, dear Fran, who left the responsibility upon my shoulders when you went away, and knew I wouldn't fail.
You mean to tell me that the Fletcher Rabbit spent that amount of money?
Well, it must be. It's down there. Yep.
Fletcher never spent $14 in his life.
Well,
no, he didn't.
Miss Kukla can do it. So that's expense.
That's the point, Steve.
He has a point, but you know, a real one-sided point. I'm sort of tired of budget right now. I'm tired of budget.
I never did like him.
Let's get on to something else, right?
What's new?
Sing a song.
All right.
You know, something way away from the mundane existence today.
Sing, the little
The
one.
best things in life are free.
No,
Oh, no.
not today.
Sing, early one morning.
Oh, we haven't done that for a long time. Do you remember? Early one morning, just as the sun began to glow, I heard a maiden sing in the vale below. Soft was the melody, dearly it came to me. And as I listened, the mellow notes I said I kid. Then in the distance a dainty form appeared. Truly a maiden fair, sweetly she sang this air.
Well, I feel better.
I do too. I wish
Want to handle the budget?
I wish sometimes that life was like that of a fall early one morning. Simple. People lived in mountains or in valleys. And then there were boys and the girls. And the girls were all beautiful, and they all came out and they sang beautifully. Whew, that was the life.
Yes, it would indeed.
Get up early in the morning, hear a beautiful song from Fuel at the Vale below,
Sung by a pretty girl.
sung by a pretty girl. That would be for me.
I'd like it too.
No budget.
No budget. Well,
Is life could ever be like that, Fran?
oh, I think it approaches that every now and then. Some days are just wonderful.
Oh, but
Not today, but some days.
well, today isn't bad. Didn't we have fun this afternoon?
Oh, it was a very nice thing. I enjoyed it so much.
We did a little show out at the hospital in Illinois.
Hospital for crippled
for
children.
crippled children out in the south side of Chicago. And it's, we have so many friends out there, and we have such a wonderful time visiting them.
It was lovely.
If we could do things like that, that would be so nice.
Oh, you for tomorrow?
Yes, I like that.
You've been there before, haven't you?
No, I think so.
Wouldn't you?
All righty. Come. Let's be efficient. Come. Let's get on with the budget. Beulah Witch has all her accounts for you to check.
Oh,
that's
no,
it.
that's all.
Okay,
Goodbye.
Cecil Bill, like your accounts, please. We are getting everything in order today.
On sale tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky to get it early. Oh, this is a Miss and Betty. Aren't you cute?
Yeah.
And it's a very wonderful story. You'll have to read about it. I heard about it. They told me about it. Again, this house. He's an empty.
Oh, he is.
This is his wife, Betty, and she's a seaman.
Oh, for heaven's
sake.
sake.
And so he outranks her, and they have a lot of trouble because, you know, it's difficult for officers and enlisted people to mix together, and when they go out to formal affairs and everything, one...
She has to walk behind him, I suppose. Where is it? He's good looking.
Well, I'm glad that's here. I heard on page 107 there was a special surprise.
Page 107.
Somebody we know very well is
Page 107.
David
David Garraway.
David Garraway! I can't believe it.
Oh, and Abe Burrows. I love him.
Oh,
yeah. And Russell Knight.
Don't call me madam.
What's the story?
This is male charm. Horn-rimmed glasses and crew cuts for all the girls. Is that true?
I don't know. Is that the discussion? Whether this is really the true glamour? Of course, you know I think Dave's handsome.
Handsomer than me?
In a different way, he's handsome.
He's so diplomatic.
No, I don't think that.
You think that horn-rimmed glasses and a crew cut really, I mean, do they add to the male charm?
Well, I think there's a certain kind of distinction. Remember when, you know how I love it when you wear your dark glasses.
Yes.
And you just put on a different air.
A crew cut is almost beyond me.
Well, I like your hair just the very way it is. I wouldn't change it one bit.
You couldn't.
Well, I wouldn't.
Kind of an interesting story. That'll probably tell a lot.
Oh, here's girls with short hair.
Oh, Mary Martin. There's Mary Martin.
Oh, Mary Martin. Isn't she beautiful on television? Doesn't she look lovely? Julie Harris.
Carol Channing. I love that Carol Channing.
Oh, yes. May I look at some more things?
Sure, if you like to.
Oh, well,
Fran.
there's a little story about the Navy.
About the Navy.
About the firemen. I love to read about fire departments.
It's about a truck company in New York, I think.
A truck company in New York? It's a long story.
Fran, very soon, I think it's issue of April 9th. There's a wonderful story coming out beginning the War America Fought. Personal story of General of the Army Omar N. Bradley. Illustrated by Bill Malden. It's going to begin in April 9th issue of Life.
That would be very wonderful.
We'll have to work.
Willacata Country. What's this story about? What, Nebraska?
I think I'm going to go and see how I look with a clean cut.
All
One of
right.
them glasses.
Oh, may I keep this magazine
Go
for a
ahead.
little while?
It's for you.
Wonderful.
It's the advanced copy of Life, you know. That'll be on sale tomorrow. Lots of wonderful surprises in it.
Oh, moon of my delight that cannot wane. Oh, that cannot wane. Hello there, Jackson.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Very good.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to see you.
Glad to see you.
If I could see you. Can't see much. Tell you a secret.
Yes.
No lenses. Better for television.
No reflection.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to try this out. Ophelia. That story in Life was correct. Well, let me see. Miss Witch. Miss Witch.
What is it?
Madam Witch.
Oh, this is one of my bad days, huh? I'm so bored.
You still bored, my dear?
Yes, still bored. Honestly, Ah! Yeah! Ah! Wowie! Wowie! Did you do that? Get on my evening gown and roll up my hair. Let's go!
Well, that really fixed me. Francis?
Yes.
Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Francis.
Hello, Colonel. Did you want to ask me something?
No, as a matter of fact, I didn't want to ask you anything. You don't have any reaction?
Well, I was sneezing a little bit a while ago, but I think that's coming from my sore throat. I think that's what it is. This dust in here does bother me a little bit, but I haven't noticed it as bad today as I did yesterday.
Well, never mind, my dear. All I wanted to tell you was, remember, every week you see the world.
In life.
The Kuklapolitans have told you about some of the wonderful stories you'll find in the new life. Your whole family will share the upside-down happiness of this Navy couple who are entangled in rules, regulations, and romance. And for every one of you who ever wanted to be a fireman, here's the excitement of a day with Truck Company 26. Here's an important man in your life, Price Czar DeSalle, how his gags and brains fight inflation. Do you remember this face? You saw it in Life a few weeks ago. And now he's home as our wounded Marines begin returning from Korea. Their stories will touch your heart and make you very proud. Don't miss all the wonderful stories in the new Life on your newsstand tomorrow. The musical director of Kukla, Fran and Ollie is Jack Fascinato. The producer is Beulah Zachary. The director is Louis Gomovitz. And the costume designer is Joseph Lockwood.
And this is Bert Tillstrom thanking you on behalf of Beulah Witch and all the Kuklapolitan players.
Life, new issue out tomorrow on your newsstand, has brought you Kukla, Fran and Ollie from Chicago.
NBC Television.